Hello. Okay, today we're going to tackle one of the biggest challenges that writers have, and that's crafting an opening to your book that actually hooks readers. So, seriously, let's face it, if your beginning sucks, nobody's sticking around for that lovely plot twist you have planned for chapter 7. Okay, let's get started. Before we dive in, be sure to hit subscribe so that you can stay on top of all of my tips that will help you get your story working. Let's get started. Let's fix those beginnings. Okay, you know what kills a story faster than anything else? Starting your paragraph with, uh, descriptions of the town, the history of the town, or the weather, or somebody waking up, right? Unless a tornado is actively trying to destroy your protagonist's house, don't include this, okay? It doesn't have to be explosive action, but something has to happen, right? Your character has to be making some sort of decision, or there's an awkward conversation, or discovering something about someone. Just make sure something is happening in the very beginning of your story. Here are two examples of what I'm talking about something happening. There's some movement and not a lot of background in the story. Okay? A bad example is, Debbie had always lived in the quiet town of Millbrook, where nothing exciting ever happened. We've read books that start off like this. We've all not finished books that start like this, right? A better example of how to bring movement into the beginning of your story in order to hook those readers is Debbie's hands shook as she read the letter. Her dead mother's handwriting hadn't changed in 15 years. See the difference? Something is happening in this scene. This is what we want to do. Every great story makes a promise to your reader. It's saying, stick with me and I will get you from this point to there. Let me show you what I mean. Here's an example. The monster had been hunting Stephen's family for 3 generations, and tonight, in this hospital room, his newborn daughter made the perfect bait. See what this does? In just one sentence, we promised a generations long conflict, a supernatural threat, high stakes, there's a baby in danger, okay? And a desperate parent who's willing to risk everything. And, there's going to be a final confrontation. It doesn't have to be that explosive, but your opening absolutely should whisper to readers, this is the kind of journey that you're going on with me. It could be a romance, it could be an epic. Just make sure that you plant those seeds early and don't try to hide your genre. Embrace it. I do see some writers do that. They try to hide what kind of story it's going to be. Put it out there in the beginning. Your readers will thank you. Here's the thing, readers don't need to know everything about your character right away at the very beginning, but they do need a reason to invest in them. Let me give you an example. Elena counted the remaining oxygen canisters for the third time, trying to ignore the tremor in her hands. 4 tanks, 16 hours of air. And somewhere in this underground cave system, her brother was still breathing, probably. See what we learn in just 3 sentences? Elena is methodical. She's scared, but she's trying to push through it. You get those trembling fingers, the trembling hands. She's facing a time limit. She only has 16 hours, and she's loyal because she's searching for her brother. And, she has some sort of dry sense of humor. That final, probably, right? Instant connection. We see her strength and her vulnerability. She's not just describing the situation, she's actively trying to solve a life or death situation. That's the kind of character that readers really will follow anywhere. There is a big difference between intrigue and confusion. Good questions make readers, lean in. Why did she burn all of the photographs? How did she end up with holding that murder weapon? What's in that package that just came in? But bad questions, which we want to avoid, they make readers close the book because they might not understand, like who's speaking? Where are we? Are we in some sort of white box? Because I'm not getting any description. What exactly is happening in the story right now? Those are the questions that we want to avoid readers having. We want to keep our readers curious. We don't want them lost. So make sure if you're planting a mystery that it's deliberate and not an accidental mystery. So those are my tips. Remember, your opening doesn't have to be perfect in your first draft. That's a few drafts down the line. Sometimes you just need to write the whole thing out just to know where the story should really even begin. But don't let the pressure of a perfect opening stop you from writing. You can always revise it, and revise it you will. So I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment below with your favorite book opening. Let's discuss what makes it work. Until next time, happy writing.